happen between the different wars that are going to happen, like between the Romans and Persians, prophecies that came true, right? How water, sweet water and salt water touch but don't mix, even though he had never been to a place where a river and a sea met, right? How there are waves underneath the ocean, underneath the water. He wasn't he wasn't a diver, right? How the universe goes in a what they call mizan, in a solar system, in a balance, right? Everything floating in its own orbit. How could he have known that? Impossible, right? Linguistic miracles, right? Other miracles like that. So when you find that, and you find it that it was preserved, like there's only one Quran. The Bible, you will find many types of Bible. The Quran, you only have one Quran, no matter where you go. How you doing? I like the hat.
Thank you.
2020, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. All right. So there you realize that this religion isn't just like another made up money making scheme. Like we're out here, nobody's paying us. You know, we're not taking donations, we're not out here getting paid. This is the truth, right? And we can challenge that. Like I'll show you something, right? I'm sure you're well read, man, I can tell. But this is the Bible, right? The Bible that they give us and push on us everywhere, right? Let's look at this. Solomon had 40,000 stalls of horses for his chariots and 12,000 horsemen. 40,000 chariots for 12,000 horsemen, right? Solomon had 4,000 stalls of horses and chariots and 12,000 horsemen. You see what I'm saying? You know how those corruptions happen? Is because man edited and revised and changed, and that's why the Catholic Bible has a different number of books, has more books than the Protestant. Which one is the true Bible of Jesus? Book that we've been here, and you can watch our videos, we've challenged every Christian, Jew, Protestant, Catholic, find us one contradiction. I'll show you 100 right now. I got a mark. You see all these little tabs, right? Show me one in the Quran. They can't show us one. This is why the Quran, and you got to take this as a gift from us, right? Such a book that, and I'll give you this right here as a gift first, right? Scientific miracles, linguistic miracles that a man, and this, I mean, this is illogical, could not have known, impossible. Let's say somebody guessed, right? Nostradamus, oh, a lion will rise from the east or this or that. Okay, your guess will be right once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. How are you going to guess 100 times and get it right every time? That's just, it's mathematically impossible, numerically impossible, scientifically impossible, right? So then you got to say some divine source was giving that knowledge, not an earthly source, because nobody on earth knew these things. Nobody around him knew these things. Nobody had done research on how a child develops in the womb of the mother. The Quran explains it in great detail. There's a scientist, look him up, Dr. Maurice Bucaille. Maurice Bucaille. He was a French scientist, right? I'll get you his book later if you want. He was an atheist. He set out to disprove religion. Right? So he went to the Bible, found all kinds of, the age of the earth was incorrect, all kinds of scientific errors. He presented it, got standing ovations. He's like, you know, I'm on a roll, I'm going to take the Quran on, right? Learn Arabic, research the Quran. He couldn't find a single contradiction in known scientific facts, not theories, but facts, and what was in the Quran. And he said, you know, it's impossible. And he wrote a book, it's called the Bible, the Quran, and Science. The Bible first, because that's what he searched first, the Quran and Science. Dr. Maurice Bucaille, you can get a PDF free, I can get you one. Right? He became a Muslim. Why? He said it's impossible. As objective scientist, an atheist, he said there's no way this couldn't have been from divine source. Right? So now you tell me, you know, and I can tell you're intelligent, you're well read, you know, what do you think?
On
Islam.
On Islam?
Yeah.
I've already gone to the point where it's not that I don't believe it or anything about it, because I already knew it, and I was already open. I was always taught, even in Christianity, you're not there to force something on somebody.
Agree.
You were there to say what you have to say.
And open the door.
You don't want to accept it. That's
of course.
Them. And I was always told to be open to understand, and then I went into science.
Nice.
I engineered myself.
Good.
So when I looked at things, I was like, scientifically, this is not really possible. Like when I tried to look up the creation of the earth. Right. When you think about it, I would have to parallel it to the Big Bang itself.
Sure.
to say that this was already in creation, and then it says light was there before the sun.
Right.
I was like, light can be there before the sun. It doesn't have to be the sun. It's light.
Exactly. Yeah. And you go in the universe, you
things-
find all kinds of light that's not from the sun itself.
And then you understand certain things like that, and then you understand the development of the earth and everything like that. But then there's other things that I contradicted. But at the end of the day, I was told not to believe this because it is only a guide, and you should not listen to it fully. And that's what was told to me about the Bible. But it's a way to live a certain principle.
Nice.
Instead of principle about it. So I think even doing what I did with Christianity, mainly just being drugged along to church and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I still believe there's more out there. And then I
Nice.
went into Visit Islam.
Nice.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan,
Right.
and then definitely Muhammad Ali,
Nice.
and then Malcolm X and everything. But I always looked at it like this: what was the difference between Malcolm and what was the difference between Martin Luther King?
Right.
One was Christianity and one was Islam. And then I looked at it and it's like it's so much of similarity.
Right.
One was different because one was perverted.
Yeah.
So you played that system. When you played that system,
MLK.
you came back and had a lecture.
Yeah.
And you had to tell us like I was wrong.
Right.
Those certain things. But at the end of the day,
Malcolm kept it real.
it's always been in my culture. It was always
I
been
feel you.
with my people and everything. Then I got to the point where now I'm at the Moors. And then I look at it, it's like the Moors is Islam.
Right, that's where Muslims came
there.
from, right?
And you
Moors,
look at West Africa,
Yeah.
that's where we came from.
Yep.
And then there were already people who looked like us over here.
Yep.
I'm not,
Muslims,
but
yeah.
that's the thing. I was looking at it, all the exploration that was done before anything that was Roman or European hasn't been explained.
Yep.
It hasn't been told yet. So
I mean, even if you look at the Pope and his writings, if you Google it, during the times of slavery, he said God created man in his image, and God's image is white because Jesus was presented to be, even though historically, that's historically incorrect, right? But that's the thing, we've been brainwashed, right? He said, so if you buy and sell black and brown people, it's okay because they're not humans, right? So you know that's not true. Like, you know that Christianity was used as a tool to enslave not just African Americans, but the South Americans, Philippines, Manila. The word Manila comes from Min Allah, an Arabic word, because the Philippines was Muslim, and they were brutally conquered by the Spanish and killed and enslaved and forced into Christianity, except for Mindanao that's kept it